Okay, I am here to help you out with your cryptic quiz because I know a lot of us were really struggling with this. So, just a reminder, your cryptic quiz is this guy. And we're going to be doing these 4 problems, okay, to start off with. All right, so the first of these is 8. Oh my gosh, I can't even see that. 8u equals 3u plus 35. Okay, so now just a reminder, if you fast forward, then I can't help you. You'll just get the answers for now, but that's not going to help you get ready for Math 1B, and it's not going to help you out on the tests, okay? All right, so now the first thing that we need to do is we have a big problem. We have u's on both sides, and we need to have all the letters on one side or the other. Normally, I would say pick whichever one you want to move, but here's the thing. If I move this guy, there's going to be nothing on this side, and you're going to end up having to do extra work. So if the u is ever kind of on its own with nothing else hanging out, like this 35 is hanging out over here, then what I'm going to need you to do is we're going to have to move this guy. Okay, now remember, there's no sign here. We're looking for signs that live in front of numbers, and that tells us whether they're negative or positive. If you don't see one, then that means that it's positive, okay? There will always be a negative sign if it's negative. So the opposite of a positive is a negative. So we are going to subtract 3u. Now whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other. And our side is determined by our little equal sign here. So we're going to take 3u away from this side and 3u away from the other side. Okay? All right, so now here we go. If I have 3u and I take 3u away, I have no u's left. So we're going to cross these guys out. Those are gone. So now what do I have left? I have 8u minus 3u equals 5u. 5u equals, okay, that's gone. So now all I have is my 35. There we go. It's a sad 3. That's okay. All right, so now I have a one-step equation. So I have to figure out what I'm going to do to break up my 5 and my u. Now my 5 and my u, they are so close together. There's no sign. You can't see any sign in between them. Okay, so here's how I remember. The only sign that'll fit is a little tiny dot because they're being multiplied. Opposite of multiplication is division. So we are going to divide by whatever this number is. Not this one. No. This one. The one next to the variable. Okay, so we're going to divide by 5. Whatever we do on this side, we have to do on this side. We're going to divide by 5. Okay, now I'm going to have my answer because these guys, 5 divided by 5 is 1. So this is going to be a big giant 1. Those guys get crossed out. And I am left with only the u. U equals, I need a new pen, you guys. What's 35 divided by 5? I'm going to punch it into my calculator and beep boop, it says 7. So u equals 7. So I'm going to come back here on my my cryptic quiz, and I am going to mark that that this is a 7, just so I remember. And then I'm going to check to make sure 7 is a choice. Oh, look, 7 is a choice. It's letter O. So I'm going to put letter O's here wherever there is a 7. Any more? Nope, looks like that's it. All right, now I'm ready to go on to the next one. As soon as I find my eraser. Okay, let's see if I can do a little bit of a better job of fitting things in here. New pen. All right, our next one is, I'm going to jump down a little bit. This is going to be letter E, okay? So E is 2x plus 48 equals 10x. Okay, now again, we're having that same scenario where there's x's on both sides, and this x is all by itself. So because of that, I want to make sure that I'm going to be moving this 2x. So there's nothing in front of the 2x, so that means it's positive. Opposite of positive is a negative. So we're going to minus 2x from this side. And then you remember, our other side is here. You can't take it away again from the 48. That's still on the same side. You have to come all the way over here. Minus 2x. Okay? What does that leave us with? These guys get crossed out. Okay? They're gone. So now that's leaving me with my 48 and my equal sign. And over here, 10 minus 2 is 8. And then I have my x's. All right, now what do I do? Okay, you remember what operation this is? There's a little tiny dot. You just can't see it. It's multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is division. So we're going to divide by whatever this number is. And it's an 8. Over here, we're going to do the exact same thing. It's an 8. All right. These two things, they're going to cross out. They're going to make a big giant 1. See? Right there. So 1x, right? One lonely little x equals 48 divided by 8. And when I punch this into my calculator, I'm going to make sure I do it in the right order. Can't go upside down. You have to go this way. 48 divided by, which is what this line means, 8. And that is a 6. All right, let's see if that's an answer choice. Can't find my pen, you guys. So I'm going to put my 6 down here, just so I don't forget. And I'm going to look for my 6 up here. Letter E. I'm also going to make sure that I have all of this written down in my book, because when Miss L comes to check homework on Monday, we're going to have to show work for all these problems, because going on Google and searching answers is not going to help us. But going through all these steps will. We need to be ready for Math 1B. Our Math 1A time is almost over. Okay. All right, let's skip down one more time. We're going to go to letter I now. Letter I. Okay. This one says, or this one's a little bit tricky. K equals 8K plus 28. All right, now this one's a little tricky because it's just a plain old K. There's not even a number here. How am I supposed to know what to do? But remember, we've talked about this. When there's no number at all, we know that there's an invisible number 1 right here. And there's no sign. So we also know it's positive. So we've got 1K here and 8K here. And we can't get rid of the 1K because then we'll be left with nothing. So let's get rid of that 8K. So this is positive because there's no sign there. So minus 8K minus 8K. remember, I have to look at where my, what do you call it? Where my equal sign is, so I know which side I'm on here. All right, let's see what our new problem is. 8 minus 8, that makes 0, so let's cross these guys out. Okay, that's done. All right, what is 1k minus 8? Oh my gosh, you guys, I am so terrible with, what do you call it? Negative numbers. Let's be sure here. Let's make sure I get this right. Oh, that's not going to help us. 1 minus 8. I want to make sure I'm going in the right direction. 1 minus 8. That makes negative 7. Okay. So now I know for sure I have the right answer. So negative 7k equals 28. Okay, so now what do I do? What operation is this? Remember? Okay, so we're going to divide. Now, don't forget this. There is a negative here. So we're dividing by a negative 7. Not a negative 7k, because we want to leave the k there. But just by that number to get rid of it. Whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other. Here's our giant 1. That's gone now. So all we have left is our k. K equals, and oh man, negatives are hard, you guys. I better get my calculator out so I can be sure. Remember, I have to go from top to bottom. 28 divided by 7. And it's a negative 7. Huh? Negative 4. All right. Now, I want to show you guys something. What would happen if I did this wrong and I did it backwards? What if I did negative 7 divided by 28? Look, I ended up with a decimal point. And remember Miss Heinrich told us that all of these were kind of nice and round, even numbers. So if I end up with something like 25, then I know that's going to be a wrong answer because that's not an answer choice. All of these are even numbers, okay? So we know it's definitely going to be this negative 4. Is that an answer choice? Let's see. Here's my negative 4. And that's letter I. Oh, here's an I. Here's an I. I think that's it. All right. We're going to do one more together. And then I want to let you guys go ahead and do the rest of these. Now, I feel like this was maybe a little bit too much. So if you're watching this video, you can tell Miss Little that I said you only had to do half. Okay? And then I'll take the heat for it. If you're in my class, then I probably already signed off on your paper saying you didn't have to do all of them. So if you're watching this video, you only have to do 8. All right, let's do letter H. This one is a little bit tricky. So we have 4x plus 4 equals 2x plus 36. All right, now the reason why this guy is tricky is because we have letters and numbers on both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make my little divider here so I know what side is what. All right, so I've got a 2x and I've got a 4x. I can move either of these. Now, they're both positive, so I know I'm going to have to subtract. I kind of don't want negative numbers because I'm really bad at negative numbers. So I'm going to get rid of the 2x. I know it's positive, so that means I'm going to have to subtract. So I'm going to do minus 2x from this side and from this side. Minus 2x. Okay, so these are going to be gone. Oh, that was a really bad X. There we go. Those are gone. Okay. And we draw my line. So I see what we're left with. Okay. 4 minus 2 is 2x. And now I'm going to bring down my plus 4 equals, that's gone, 36. Okay. Now we know what we're doing. Okay, so now I have numbers on both sides. So I need to take this number and kind of move it over there to the other side so I can get my little X friend all by himself. So what's the opposite of plus 4? Well, that would be minus 4. Minus 4. And then whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. Minus 4. Okay. These guys are going to cross out because they're all used up. And let's get my calculator out for this one because I don't want to mess this up. 36 minus 4. Minus 4 equals 32. All right. Sounds good to me. That equals, and then here's my 2x that I got earlier. Okay, 2x equals 32. So now it's time for me to break these two guys up because they are, remember, they are multiplying. So I'm going to divide by 2. Divide by 2. These two together make my giant 1. So now I have x, oops, get my, here we go, x equals 32 divided by 2. Okay. 16. That's my final answer. All right, let's see. So letter H, that is 16. Sure hope there's some 16s up here. I wrote this in pen. Don't write in pen, kids, okay? I have to, though, because it's really hard to see the pencil on the camera. Oh, there's a 16, so we're starting with an H. 16, and I think that's it. All right, so just the one. But just in case there's not another one, maybe if there's one hiding that I just can't see, I have it written down here, so it's really easy for me to find later. All right, guys, I want you to go ahead, finish up, do 1, 2, 3, 4 on your own. I'm sure that you can do it, okay? And then I hope you have a nice weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.